Member for Obey Golden Head.
Honourable Chair, I just have one question to add to the thorough line of questioning from the member from Burnaby Deer Lake. It's with respect to interpretation of sexual misconduct, and I believe my understanding of this is correct, but I'm hoping the minister would be able to put this on record. One of the when it discusses sexual misconduct in the definition, and it says it includes the following, may I assume that the definition under the policies would include both physical and psychological impacts? That is, we often talk about physical impacts, but there are, of course, long-term psychological impacts as well. And I'm assuming that this definition is meant to capture both of these aspects.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And once again, the member raises a valid point. And the lawyers in the room will appreciate that this is designed to capture the acts in question, not the consequences or sequelae or damages arising from them. And so that is an open-ended field in terms of the consequences, which could, as the member points out, be psychological and often are psychological or social only and do not involve physical aspects. Nonetheless, those are compensable in civil law, and they are also certainly addressed here in that the sanctioned activities are the acts described under sexual misconduct and others that the universities and colleges decide to address. The consequences are not really relevant here because they could be anywhere from minimal to catastrophic, and we do not describe the degree of consequence which would trigger sanctions under this legislation, because we do not in any way want to trivialize the consequences, and in fact it is the act that is to be sanctioned and the subject of policy, it is not to be triggered by the gravity of the consequence.